Hello, my Fly Mickey friends. Welcome to this week's edition of Tips, Tricks and Travel News Update from the world of Disney. And on this week's episode, follow the rules or you could be arrested at Walt Disney World. Disneyland Resort sets out new ticketing info requirements. And it'll be a virtual birthday this year for Disneyland Paris. Now, before we take a look at this week's news, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and click the bell icon to stay in the know about all things Disney. First up, and when you think of a park-wide anniversary celebration at a Disney destination, you think of decorations, new shows, experiences, and of course, oodles of magic throughout the parks. Now, COVID-19 has put a damper on such celebrations over the past year at a number of Disney resorts, but the virus isn't stopping Disneyland Paris from celebrating its next birthday. While DLP will now remain closed for longer than we expected, and in the meantime sees its Newport Bay Club Hotel's conference centre become a vaccination site to help tackle the pandemic in France, Disneyland Paris ambassador Gianni Privetti still intends to celebrate the resort's 29th anniversary this year, just not in person. In his recent post on Instagram, he invites everyone on April the 12th this year to an exclusive virtual celebration that will look back on 29 years of magic at Disneyland Paris and will look forward to the exciting future that lies ahead for Europe's most visited theme parks. Some highlights will include a walk the park to discover the history of the resort with Yves Benyetta from Walt Disney Imagineering and Catherine Chevereau, Manager Consumer Insights, who both joined the parks before they officially opened back in 1992. The virtual event will also look at the future with Imagineer Beth Clapperton and David Duffy, Vice President of Entertainment. We'll also lastly get a glimpse at the ongoing commitments of the Disney Volunteers, that's the charity division of Disneyland Paris, and we'll also get to look at some awesome new merchandise teasers as well. It all sounds pretty exciting, right? Well, keep your eyes on flymickey.co.uk for more information and the links to the event coming shortly. Now, while most guests have been happy to follow Disney's COVID-19 safety protocols, some have been more confrontational when it comes to cast members, with one guest in particular this week finding out that if you protest too hard or ignore health and safety instructions, you could end up arrested. For one Disney vacationeer, it was all because he skipped the mandatory temperature screening and refused to comply with direction from security. The 47-year-old was visiting Walt Disney World from Louisiana back on February the 13th and refused to comply with the temperature screening at Disney Springs. He even tried to evade the temperature check station, but was ultimately confronted outside the boathouse by security. At that point, he was asked to cooperate with temperature screening or to leave the property entirely, which he refused to do, and was subsequently arrested. He has since claimed that after spending $15,000 on a vacation at the resort, he was entitled to stay on property. Sadly for him, Disney World's property is private property, and no one has an ultimate right to be there. We can only assume that he felt that the rules and laws did not apply to him. Walt Disney World in Orlando has done everything it can to make sure that all guests and cast members have a safe and magical experience while at the resort, and have done this consistently since reopening, and all of this has been done to make sure that the resort doesn't see another abrupt COVID closure. Now, over at Epcot, and the Disney Parks blog has announced this week that the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, a popular event for a lot of WDW fans, is set to begin this year on July the 15th. This year's event will include the return of many guests' favourite marketplaces: Canada, Greece, Germany, hops and barley, Appleseed Orchard, plus so many others as well. And Disney has shared some additional details on the return of some of the pretty cool activities that will be featuring during the festival, like sampling all sorts of delicious cheeses served in fun ways as part of a meal's fromage montage, taking part in Remy's Ratatouille hide and seek that will see you on a savoury scavenger hunt in search of Remy's statues hidden all over the park, have you listening to musical favourites performed by Voices of Liberty, Mariachi Cobra and Jamin Chefs, and taking a tasty souvenir or two home with you from the new merchandise collections, including Spirit jerseys, baseball caps, and so much more. Additional marketplaces will be joining the international smorgasbord as the festival continues into the fall before officially coming to an end on November the 20th. So, magic is finally returning to the Californian theme parks as Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure Park plan to officially reopen to the public on April the 30th with limited capacity. Guests visiting the Disneyland Resort theme parks are to follow some new theme park guidelines that have been set out by the state of California. You can review these details on our website, flymickey.co.uk, under latest news right now. But in a nutshell, it states that the name and contact information of each person who has purchased a ticket to the parks should be collected for contact tracing purposes. And this information must be provided by the ticket purchaser, who will serve as the main contact on behalf of his or her entire party. In addition, at the time a guest purchases park tickets and makes a park reservation, the purchasing guest must confirm that the guest's party size will not contain more than 3 households, and that the guests and all members of the guest's party are Californian residents, since the guidelines limit theme park attendance at the moment to in-state visitors only. These details are being shared right now, so the visitors have time to align their plans with the new guidelines as necessary. For now, though, we have no more details about the reopening, but hopefully we'll hear a little bit more in the weeks ahead. But what we do know is the resort is very much looking forward to welcome you back and to enjoy unforgettable attractions, see beloved Disney friends, and cherish some special magic moments. And finally, just a quick note on the upcoming Disney Magic at Sea UK Staycation cruises, hotly anticipated to set sail in British waters this summer. There is currently no official word from the Disney Cruise Line about the on-sale and/or itinerary dates for this unique opportunity. Well, that's at the time of this recording, but as we know, things tend to change pretty quickly these days. But from what we have been told, they are awaiting authorization from the British government to go ahead, and that this is expected to be around mid-April. In the meantime, if you are keen to experience a Disney cruise like no other before and want to be on board to meet all your favorite Disney characters plus some more, we suggest you join our waiting list on our website right now so you can receive instant news the moment the cruise goes on sale. You can find a link to that in the description below. And that's it for this week's Tips, Tricks and Travel News Update. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at FlyMickeyTravel so you'll never miss out on the magic moments from the world of Disney. And all that's left to say is have a shipshape magical day.